Hello, this is John Taylor from Mile High Shred Guitar and Bass Lessons. And this video I would like to demonstrate this new arranger tool that can be found in Studio One 3. Studio One is the recording software I've been using for at least a few years now. I believe I started using Studio One shortly after it was originally released, and I've absolutely loved it ever since I started using it. It's been very user-friendly, and this is a pretty cool new thing that's been put on the newest edition of Studio One. So what I'm going to do is open this arranger track, click there, and then this pops up. So what this is going to be used for is to label different parts of a song. So right now I have 5 different pieces recorded, really short, just so we can kind of hear how things change as we move things around. So this is what we have so far. And that's it. So I'm going to start labeling these things now. So I'm going to double click in this arranger track, and intro is what is set to be the default. You can always change the name of these things, but I'm just going to keep double clicking here. So we're going to label all these different things. So you can always change the length of this by clicking on the edge here, like you see where that cursor changes. You just drag it however long that you want it to be. So I guess these are sufficient enough titles, but let's say you do want to change it. What you do is you come over here to this lowercase I to open the inspector. You double click on what you want to change, and then just label it what you want, hit enter, and there we go. We'll go ahead and leave that as intro. So right now it's just a few ideas thrown together. But with this arranger tool, you can take your ideas and start mapping them out in a new way, so you can hear how things sound when they're repeated, if they're changed, if you change the order they're in, and so on. So let's say I want this intro to be longer than what it is. I want it repeated twice. So you click on intro right here, and then this button is for duplicate. And that's all you got to do in order to duplicate that. It'll just bring it over right away. So let's take another listen. And that's all you got to do to duplicate something like that. So let's say we want the verse part to go in between these two intros. So what we can do is click here on verse, drag it up until it says insert. And there you go. Now we have intro, verse, intro. So let's take another listen. There we go. That's all you got to do to hear how something like that sounds. And the chorus parts, well, usually the chorus is played a bit more than just once. So let's just double it for right now. So I click on the chorus again, click on duplicate, and that's that. And then we have the bridge, and usually in songs it might go back to a verse and then the chorus again. So what can we do about that? Well, let's click on verse right here. I'm going to copy that, go over here to the bridge, hit up, hang on, let me just do the old short key there, and then I pasted it there. So now you see that the verse is in between the chorus and the bridge. So let's also have the chorus come in, let's say 2 more times. I'm going to copy that, go in between the bridge and the outro, and there we go. So now we have a bit longer song. you have it. So let's say you're somewhat happy with this arrangement, but you'd like to try something else. So what you can do is highlight this whole thing here. Hang on, here we go. And then click this right here, and that's going to copy to a new scratch pad. So what that did was basically just open up a whole other section to where you can start manipulating with your song without losing the original one. So you could start taking things out, you can start duplicating other things, and things like that, so you can kind of hear and rearrange things too. So, you know, we could put a chorus, take that chorus and put it in the very beginning, so this way you hear things completely different and you don't lose any of the original stuff. Heck, you could, you know, if you wanted to, you could say select just a few things, click this again, and now we have another scratch pad to where you fool around in that. So it's kind of a cool thing. See, not kind of, it really is a cool thing. So this way you have all kinds of stuff to where you can just start mixing and matching all kinds of stuff, and this way you're able to try new things without losing your original work. So right now I'm just switching between the two different scratch pads, and you know, you can even duplicate that. You can add another scratch pad. There's a third one. Well, I'm going to go back to number 1 and click here and duplicate that scratch pad. So that's actually the fastest way to do it, is just go up here, have the scratch pad, click on duplicate, and everything's brought over. So those are some pretty cool features that I like to use in the new Studio One 3. It's been very helpful with putting songs together for students, like lesson type material, and it's nice to be able to see my own stuff labeled a certain way. So another thing, one last thing that's really cool, is if you right click up here, you can change the color of the different sections of the song. So this way you can kind of navigate through colors instead of just the same blue. So another cool feature about that. So if you have any questions about what I discussed here, I am more than happy to answer your questions. Just send me an email or comment on the video. And thank you very much for watching.